Good morning, everyone. My name is Tiz, and I am seeking some immediate, urgent attention and help. I'm looking for someone who will have the gumption to take on a criminal judge, HHJ criminal judge, based at or sitting at Oxford County Court. I'm looking for someone to challenge this particular judge's illicit and illegal decision making in order to profiteer from an asset. So I have apparently less than a calendar month on a property that I own, that I've been paying the mortgage for, and that I've been paying bills for the last 22 years plus. It will be 23 years in September. My ex-solicitors have stolen and taken information regarding the family home from my ex-husband's solicitor. Prior to all this, on the family home hearing, we had a final court order. Final court order stipulates and is ordered and states that I can remain during and whilst there is a sale in the property. I have not obstructed an estate agent to come in. I've not obstructed anything, in fact. What has happened is that my ex-husband's solicitor went to the estate agent, agreed a price, and put it on the market without my consent or knowledge. It is totally illegal. I know it is. It's not my first property, and I didn't even get to sign anything to say, yes, that could happen. It wasn't until a complete stranger was banging on my door saying, is this house for sale? And that of my neighbour alerting me. When I flagged this back at the County Court of Oxford, I was then greeted with a judge who said to me, she was a district judge, we can do what we like, we can get you at your house if we choose. To which, prior to that, I contacted Citizens Advice, and they said, nah, they can't get you at your house. I suffered not a stroke, but I was quite ill for 3 days after that. I really give my thanks to the gentleman at Bagpas petrol station that day when I broke down. It took me a couple of hours before I could get back into the car, and by the time I got home on the drive, logic kicked in, and I sent a real snotty email back to the court saying, you better find me where it says specifically, in my case, that you can get me out of my house. To this day, I got this wafty letter saying, well, under certain circumstances, we can choose to do something like this, but they couldn't give me anything. The court could not give me anything specific to this very day. Moving to current events, what happened is that the ex-solicitors have convinced yet another judge to get an order to apply their costs against the asset. I believe they are vile in this manner, and it is totally illegal in the sense that it's illicit use of the legal system to obtain their fees in a manner that is deemed and classed as illegal. Fraud department or fraud action squad have been alerted. Of course, this is still a civil matter, so it's a little bit, there's not much they can do. I would really like to know what, if you've gone through this, what steps did you take out? I know full well I can't get out of this house. I should be given a longer notice. But the HH judge has deliberately made me even, basically they're trying to make you top yourself. And I can't understand what is the problem with that particular person who made a judgment. What is wrong with her mental capacity? I'm not buying it by any stretch of means. In fact, I think names have to be mentioned, where I'm going to have to see if I can get around this in the UK this week. It's bonkers. It really is. And the problem is, I think what they're looking at is because you're not represented, you don't know anything, you won't know anything, we can do what we like. No, you can't do what you like. You're thieving and you're abusing the system, of which we're reporting you to judiciary and everybody else, and it's something that's got to stop in here. So tell me what you think. It's the County Court of Oxford. It's an it's a HH judge, female, as who disregarded all other aspects, and the fact that the applicants sent their bundle a whole day late for hearing, as ordered by the previous order. It had to be in by such date without giving reason or cause, which of course, as a defendant or defendant one, or how many defendants you want to put in there, don't have the chance to review pages and pages. This was done obviously deliberately. When I questioned it with this HH judge, she just dismissed it again, second time, and I'm like, nah, I had enough now. So tell me what you think. I would be really helpful for anybody that could give me advice on this. Obviously, I have to put in certain individuals to look at this with great detail, because I've got nowhere to go, no money, and to be forced out of my own home. We've got a housing crisis. I've lived here. I've got a mortgage here. Why should I be forced out of my own home when I've got a freehold? Anyway, hope this is a clear enough video.